Welcome to Tonight on Hipstar Tonight with your host, Infamous Jay Moore, and shoutouts, Hipstar, to our latest affiliate, the Boom 93.1, Boston's college radio, the Boom, now hosting Tonight on Hipstar Tonight.
That's amazing. You'd think by now, like, radio would come up with better names than Boom. You know?
Well, we're working, with so many of the college affiliates now. I mean, we're getting picked up by the Boom, the Heat, the Rock, if you will.
Yeah.
A lot of the Muskoka radio, like you were saying, in the Northern Territories, the Beaver, college radio,
Beaver.
K-Twat, in Kitchener. That's been great.
That's good. It's Friday, October 21st, by the way. Thanks for getting on through the week. The weather was okay. I wasn't very.
We got to give away tickets this Friday. It's free, but free for all Friday, bro.
Yeah. All right. What do you got? I didn't get tickets. I didn't really have it in the budget, so I've been broke.
I didn't get tickets either.
All right. We got nothing to give away. But
I thought you would have it in the budget. I didn't mean to, come down on your intro. If you want to talk about the weather, go ahead. I just thought that we'd be giving away tickets at this point. It's Friday. They've been listening all week. We
still got that Mr. Hughes 8x10 to give away. Nobody's really betted on that, but 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK. We need to give this picture away because, well, apparently Jay just doesn't want it in his house anymore. And I understand that. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't want that one in my house anymore, especially the one that was painted Topher Whiteman and myself at the carnival.
Don't give
Super
that
Wonder
away.
Gallery.
That's a gem. That thing's wonderful.
Super Wonder Gallery, November 11th. We got the, Need for Speed tickets available. So there's always that going on. Those tickets are always free. See you down at the Super Wonder Gallery.
Whitey was in a wheelchair that day in the picture. What happened? What happened that day? Was that like...
I got to be honest. It was one of those outdoor events held by PWA promoter Pete Stomack, who decided to have a live podcast in his front yard on King Street during the Canal Days festivities. We were actually podcasting
Driscoll
in the
Radio.
front yard, drunk.
Represent. Always.
Pardon me?
Driscoll Radio. Forever and always. We were
Driscoll Radio, DriscollRadio.ca, and Topher Whiteman actually in the wheelchair. Don't recall what happened to him, but I do recall that Pete actually lost his mind and wanted to fight Topher in his front yard while hundreds of people were going down King Street during this Canal Day
They thought it was part of
the
Canal Days. They thought it was part of this street fair where everybody's giving away falafel and blooming onions.
Well, I think,
and there's Pistol Pete.
The people, the people, the audience that were just there to see a parade were stunned when Topher Whiteman actually hit your father in the head with a steel chair. Live on the streets. I don't think people really kind of knew we were wrestlers or knew what was going on. They just thought it was family fight going on where this handicap was coming out of a wheelchair now, hitting with his father with a steel chair, and just a bunch of drunken stupidity as they started running down towards the 7-Eleven. And it was just insanity that was happening back in those days. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on today. Drugs in the business, drugs in the locker room, Pee Wee Castles, the alcohol that has gone around back in the day. We've all been through it. We've all had our time in the business where,
sometimes that's all you get paid.
How do you say no to some of the, the cocaine that goes around the locker room, or the marijuana, or the Jack Daniels? It's hard to maintain composure and be straight and be disciplined. Not everybody can be your next Tatanka, if you will.
Well, yikes. Hold the brakes. Just be easy on yourself. Stop getting fucked up. It doesn't have to happen today because we're fucking our bodies up. But honestly, I mean, those times, Jay, did you come? Once when I lived with my dad, we had a Halloween show. I believe it was. we had all the wrestlers outside. We put the hay bales around, and Pistol Pete did like a hardcore match, like against like me and Whitey, and he fucked Whitey up real bad. And like Mike Modge and Dan Davis was there. Were you there for that? And I jumped out of the window. No.
Not at all. I don't even know about this one.
Oh, fuck. That was a disaster. Mike Modge, skinny Mike Modge. And this is the open, right? We had this, like, Halloween show, and people showed up. It was pretty alright. And then we do Mike Modge versus Dan Davis. And Dan Davis's first move is he fucking whacks him with a chair so hard, and none of these guys have really watched wrestling, so they don't really get it. But Dan Davis fucking took his head off, and then he picks him up and just gasses him like a power bomb, throws him on his neck on a hay bale, and that's the open. And then the second was Whitey in a mask, because Whitey didn't want to be Whitey, right? He didn't want to be seen as himself, because I'm a wrestler, right? So he put on a mask and he wrestled Pistol Pete. And he also jumped out of the window that day, the second story window onto the hay, and it was pretty all right.
Beautiful. Life lessons that this business brings to you.
Oh, and Pistol Pete, Whitey did the super kick to the chair, and Pistol Pete busted his front teeth really, really bad, and he's bleeding, and he has to go to the hospital. And his friend Lee keeps bringing him big gulps, like Slurpees in big gulps, with rye inside. And he kept like making like 3 back and forth trips, so Pistol Pete waited in an emergency. He was in emergency, and he was just getting his teeth from stopping to bleed. But that's memories, man. That made me happy.
One thing I love about Pistol Pete is he gave it his all, and didn't mind a drink or do the recreational drugs, and and then the same guy, the same promoter that would do this drinking and bring booze into the locker room, and any sort of drug that you want, the same promoter the next day would do a charity show for the likes of the needy for the greedy, not the needy, not the greedy, whatever it's called. And I was just like, community man, giving to all sectors of the community, whether you're have drug problems, whether you have alcohol problems, whether you need money, whether you have a disability. Pistol Pete is there for you, and that's one thing that I could say. I'm going to go on record at Hip Stars to say the best promoter I ever worked for was Pete Stelmack. Thank you.
That's amazing, actually. At the time, we weren't necessarily appreciative. We kind of hated it. We acted about it negatively, but I mean, like, you're right. Looking back on those days, getting paid in cheeseburgers, and back when I used to eat them, and beer and whiskey, and that was a party. We're at the carnival, and we're the only ones allowed to have open alcohol. Figure that one out. I mean, that's just great. I really miss those times, Jay. Honestly,
I remember a time at the Port Colborne Carnival where I actually, had a couple girls meeting me, and I was there for a said Pistol Pete PWA extravaganza show.
Yeah. When you're close to home, you invite everybody you know, obviously.
I invited some girls who knew that I would have some green on me, and I actually went to the edge of the property and started smoking weed with the girls when every sort of carnival, carny, conductor, security, try to bust me.
Really?
Try to kick me off the property. Try to say you can't smoke weed here.
Wow.
And I said, listen, all I had to do was say I work for Peter Stelmack, and it was dropped. All charges were dropped. I was allowed to do the show. I remember the guy that died, that managed the Hollywood Hunks.
The big guy?
Yeah. Same problem. Bad alcohol problem. Was almost removed from the property. Found out that he was a manager for the PWA show. Move along. You're welcome here. That just goes to show the kind of power that Pete had in the community.
Yeah.
As a promoter, as a family man, as a leader in the community.
As a family man, leader man, he was there for you.
Yes.
Pistol Pete.
He taught me a lot in this business, and God bless Pistol Pete, because if it wasn't for Pistol Pete's stomach, there would be no infamous Jay Moore, and thank you, Pete.
Yeah.
Shoutouts.
And now we're just all living our separate lives. We barely call each other on the phone. And we used to call each other all the time, but now we just can't be bothered. It's a different world we live in. These fucking, who's going to be our leader? What's going to happen? Who's going to direct our world?
Weird. I happened to. I don't know if you recall the last. I think it was one of your birthday parties where we were in Pete's backyard, and the only person that showed up was me, a stickball.
Yeah.
That was the last time Pete talked to me, and in fact, Pete did send me a message thinking that I was cutting up his son, being you, on your own show, and
did he really?
Went on a drunken rant on Facebook and just kind of left me. He defriended me, and I just think that it's over. I think Pete needs to move on. Does not need me as an associate, a friend, anything to do with business.
Hold on, man to man. Did Pistol Pete actually message you that? Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes.
We love each other tonight on Hipster Tonight. Why would he say that? I don't think he even listens to the shows, to be honest. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Perhaps it's something that, if you're invited to his house for Christmas dinner, that you can bring up, because it's something that he did to me, and it hurt me as a professional and even more so a friend.
Oh, I'm not invited for Christmas, don't worry. I won't be there. It's okay. Well, what are you doing for Christmas? You want to come over for Christmas?
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have Christmas dinner. Come on by. We'll do a live
that'd
podcast.
Be great. What exactly is it? From which church?
It's a tofu ham and a lot of turnips and sprouts cooked into it. Natural vitamins. But I'd love to see you. I'm really lonely in the city, and I got a lot of friends here. They're a lot older than me, and I can't relate. Can't relate to the looking at a screen generation. I feel a bit contained, but it's okay.
A lot of the fans have pointed that out to me. They said, when you did your one-off show with Parkdale's own Eugene, that it didn't quite attract the young generation. They didn't quite understand what was going on with the old man in the Rolling Stone shirt and the hip star. It just, I don't know. I don't want to say it didn't get over hip star, but I get what you're saying. You and the older generation in Parkdale just doesn't seem to be a mix.
It doesn't work, eh? You didn't like that episode, really? I thought that episode was all right. Yeah, I think it was okay. Did you actually think it was bad? Honestly,
I don't know. I
okay.
like where you were trying to go with it, but I don't know that Eugene brings the energy to the. Maybe it's best that he's up behind the camera.
I love him
Eugene.
on camera.
I love his contributions to the business.
Yeah. I love you, baby.
But quite frankly, a lot of the fans are looking at the egg cartons as opposed to Eugene and his opinions on, what is this? Like, it's like you're smoking a cigarette for the shock value or something and saying that your mother, like, come on, hip star, you know better than that. You are a graduate from Niagara College Broadcasting.
Yeah. I'm controversial,
Why would you conduct a show in such a manner?
It was pretty cool. I liked it. It was controversial. It really opened the side.
I got messages in at infamousjmore@hotmail.com from one Rick Hodge that said the show is an absolute disgrace and he's ashamed to know you. How do you respond to that, Hipstar?
Well, he still likes my cat videos on when I post them, so honestly. Thanks, man.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rick.
Hey, enjoy your Friday. I don't know. Do you want to come back or you want to take the weekend off, Jay?
It's been a good week.
It's been a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and stay safe. We'll be back next week, I think. And it'll be tonight on Hipster Tonight.